Good morning, I'm Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where we speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations, small businesses, and nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our community, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some old friends today. Yeah. A centurion was a position in the Roman army during classical antiquity, nominally the commander of a century, a military unit originally consisting of 100 legionaries. A few thousand years later, it still means to be in charge of a party, but that party has grown from 80 men to a few thousand people, as the Centurions are still in charge because they are going to be leading an army of partiers when the Centurions present May the 4th be with you, May 4th, with Smash Mouth. How exciting. And today, I'm fortunate to speak with Jedi Master, as well as event chairman Andy Brown. Andy, how's it going today?
Great, Frank. Thanks for having us.
I'm excited. And we've also got a Sith Lord, but maybe perhaps young Padawan, because he's future event chair, Dan Nental. Dan, it's good to see you. How you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, Frank.
I'm so excited to talk to you guys. I was just talking to you off air about how your organization, the Centurions, is one of the pinnacle organizations in town because you help so many. When it comes to talking to 501c3s in town, there's like a hierarchy, and you're one of the biggest ones because you help even the larger size 501c3s. You've got smaller ones, you've got mid-sized ones, because Arizona has the largest amount of 501c3s per capita in the nation. So there's a lot of opportunities. I believe the reason because of that is community. It's the cost of living. There's a lot of reasons. I call Tucson the baby bear's porridge because it's just right. Right?
That's great.
That's right.
It's a great analogy.
I should probably move it. I should probably change it to like the bed because this place is hot. It's too hot. It's more like Papa's porridge. But that's the point. There's a lot of friends in here. There's a lot of friendly organizations and a lot of organizations that get along with other organizations. You're not competing. You're all trying to help kids. You're all trying to help the elderly. And your organization's great because you kind of take turns with who you're helping, and you do it by throwing one of the biggest, greatest events all year long.
What's better than raising money and having fun at the same time?
Yeah.
Right?
And the way that you guys party is like the next level of partying because
we
that
theme
ticket.
Because we theme it every year, and it's always different. And you always want, hey, what am I going to wear this year?
Yep.
What costume am I going to, what's the theme going to be?
Yep.
That's our number one question.
Yeah.
And Dan will tell you, everybody's asking him right now, hey, what's the theme of your party next year? And he's like, I can't tell you until this one's over.
That's right. Are you going to announce it on that night, or do you wait a little bit after?
No, we will wait.
Okay.
But realize there are people that travel from northern Arizona just to participate in this costume contest. It's pretty amazing.
It's one of the biggest events in the Southwest when it comes to also raising money. It's a big, great concert. Again, Smash Mouth, big band. And, I work for the radio stations, and some of our events have been a little sidelined since COVID still, where we're trying to get like bigger events back. And you guys are filling that Keno Sports Complex up. I was at the last one last year. 38 Special was there. That event, I think, set a record for attendance for the Centurions. Did it not?
It did, and we've since moved it. So this year is not at Keno.
Oh, where is it today?
It is at the Tucson Convention Center.
Oh, it's going to be the TCC.
So the whole point is it's May the 4th be with you, but we are inside the Death Star.
That's fantastic.
We are transforming the TCC into the Death Star.
No kidding.
So you will come to party inside a spaceship.
That's wild. That's no moon.
No.
That's right.
That's right.
Happens to have air conditioning.
It is the Great Deathstar Infiltration Celebration.
That's fantastic. Because it's been saying May the 4th be with you on all the stuff, and that is good to remember the date.
Yep.
But that is a kind of a broad term. So the say it again.
The Death Star Infiltration Celebration.
I love it. Oh my
goodness. We are
goodness.
taking over the Death Star.
That's fantastic. What a great idea. And inside, that's going to be a big deal too.
Yes, air conditioning. So if you're going to dress up in a Star Wars costume, why not be inside where the air conditioning is?
Yeah, get all that foam out and be Jabba the Hutt. You're not going to be sweating. Don't worry about a thing. They got that AC. It's like we're in the future. Or is it the past? No, that's right. It's a galaxy a long time ago.
Yeah,
a galaxy
long time ago.
far away.
Far away.
But let's talk about what it actually is now coming up. So you are the event chair, and tell me everything that's going on with your organization, and then let's talk about this big party. Because the Centurions are such a huge organization, and I was going on and on and on about it. So tell them why I was going on and on and on about it.
Well, we are 56 years old, so we've been around for a long time. The gentleman that started this back in the day all supported local hospitals, right? And it's grown from a few hundred people to now we have over 350 active life members, right? And we raise money for all charity for children.
Yeah.
It has to do with mentoring, education, and healthcare. So those are our three focuses on children. We've brought in almost $9 million in the last few years for children's charities.
That's wild.
Which is amazing. And so we, like you said, we support other smaller charities. So this year, Assistance League is our second year. We're supporting them. Courtney's Courage is the first year we're supporting them, another small 501c3. And Candlelighters of Southern Arizona, all smaller 501cs, like you mentioned.
Yep.
And we're in the middle. And then TMC for children, above us, they're quite large, but they're the only nonprofit hospital left in Tucson.
Yeah, and I've had an interview with them. You can check it out on Lifestyle Tucson. We have a great partnership with them where we get to talk about all the great teams that they have helping kids, all the great organizational and little partners that they have where they go out in the community and really help people with the education and safety and health and all that stuff. It's really great to see all the good work that they do. I was going to go through the list of your beneficiaries this year because I am familiar with a lot of groups in town because of this show, but there are some new ones that I haven't seen. So tell me a little bit about Courtney's Courage.
Courtney's Courage, they're dedicated to raising funds for children who've been diagnosed with cancer.
Okay.
So it's not only just the child, but it's also the family.
Yep.
So along with Candlelighters, both of those charities focus on the family and helping the family, not just the child that's been diagnosed. So if you're a brother or a mother or somebody who's got a daughter or brother that's sick, what about me? Like, I know my brother's sick, but I'm still here, right? So how do I deal with that diagnosis as a sibling or a father or mother? And these organizations put groups together so you have somebody who's a peer. So you can bounce ideas off. Hey, you had a kid with cancer. How do I do this? Like, what can I expect? So it puts people in those groups where they can feel not so alone. If that makes sense.
Probably the most important. That makes the most sense.
Yeah, and then they do other, other programs where they have mothers come and they just cook them dinner for a night. So you get away from the day-to-day stuff. Hey, we're going to cook a dinner for you. We're going to put all you guys together, and you can talk and hang out and talk about ideas and what happens next in my progress and where I'm doing. So those small programs make a huge difference when you're dealing with a child who's been diagnosed with cancer.
It makes all the difference. Community is the big thing that we all need.
Yeah, and that's what they're creating. They're creating those small niches of community where you thought, I'm the only guy. I'm the only person who's dealing with this. Because that's what it feels like, right?
It does feel like that.
It feels like that. I've had family members die of cancer, and you do feel like you're the only one going through this right now. But when you put people in that community, I'm not alone.
Yep.
Oh, and this is how I deal with that. Oh, this is how you deal with it. This is how I can deal with it.
That's really important.
Yeah.
There's another organization that's there that is also about fighting cancer. It's the Candlelighters Childhood Cancer Foundation of Southern Arizona. There's another new one to me. Tell me about this organization.
It's the same concept. They have a lot more programs for children like camps, summer camps, and teen proms, things you miss out on as a child with cancer. Maybe you don't get to go to your prom or you don't get to go on that summer trip or that, so they put those things together that focus and really adhere to and pay attention to the things that a child with cancer may need at a summer camp, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to just fit in every summer camp. There's certain medicines you got to take. There's certain things you have to do. You got to stay out of the sun. You got to do this and that. So those programs and those camps are put together so those kids aren't missing out on things that everybody else gets to do.
That's really important. Again, you got to a lot of kids are different when it comes to that, especially with health. You can't just be like, all right, go out and run around. The kid might not be able to catch his breath because he can't run around with the other kids because of the medicine he's on or the treatment he's receiving.
Yeah.
So it's good to have just counselors that understand that.
Absolutely.
Each kid is going to have a different situation, and they're there to make sure that they all feel equal and get the opportunities that every kid deserves and every person deserves.
That's correct.
Yeah. Dan, tell me about another great organization that you're helping out.
Another one that we're helping out is near and dear to my heart, as my children have all volunteered there. Assistance League of Tucson. And what that one is helping underprivileged kids with their self-esteem, letting them know that there's people that care about them, make sure they can go to school, try to help them with their self-esteem in going to school. It's a pretty amazing organization. They actually have a thrift store where many kids can go work, volunteer, donate hours, sort, get all the clothing and other items, shoes, jackets, everything ready. And then it helps those underprivileged to use those items to get to school and to feel like they're part of the group.
Yeah, it's good to get all that experience, especially some work experience, letting them know that, like, just go out there, you can earn it. It's not all just charity. Go out and just start to be what it is to be an adult, be a person. Some of this stuff, volunteering and getting involved, getting little jobs to teach us what it is really what's going to make well-rounded kids. And they don't have to feel like they're suffering or missing out. Even on the boring stuff like having a job. Right. But having a job makes you feel good. It's good to earn. It's good to feel good about something you like and to find a career that you want to give your life to. That's what's important about a lot of these organizations, helping kids think about the future when sometimes things can seem bleak that you can't see past next week. So helping kids believe in themselves is honestly like my life's work. It's what I really try to do to get kids to really know that they just have to take action.
Right.
And that's really important. All these great organizations helping kids of all persuasions, whether they're sick, healthy, mental health, dealing with all these things, taking down some of the barriers is what's important, and that's what a lot of these great organizations do, and your great organization helping all of them. So thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate it.
One thing to add about that is we have an incredible charity selection committee that takes this incredibly seriously. And there's a group of 7 to 8 people. People actually come and present to us saying, hey, we're someone that is maybe worthy of your grants. And our committee goes through to make sure the money's going to the end source, the end user, that there's not a lot of overhead going to staff or faculty. And I think people can feel good going to this party, have an amazing time, raising a bunch of money for the community of Tucson, and know that it's actually going to where we want it to go.
Yeah. That makes me think of something else. I talk to Angel Charity for Children a lot, and they have what they call we're your halo for hire, where they're trying to get the word out to the 501c3s to apply for the money that they're going to give to someone, but they're not going to give to someone that doesn't apply. So with your selection process, you say that you have to get these organizations to kind of apply, correct?
That's correct.
How do they know, or what is the process like that like? Is that an apparent thing that there's like a website or a deadline?
We try to use an existing Centurion to go out and solicit somebody, and you bring that to the group.
Okay.
So here's the groups that I champion, right, as a Centurion, and you bring them to the group. There is an open call for grants and for sponsorship or for help on our website, thecenturions.com, same place you can buy the tickets.
That's right.
But that's how we try to bring, because we really want the buy-in from a Centurion. So when it's a passion of one of us, and we're bringing it to the table, we're all going to get behind it. And I think that's helped us over the last few years, is when a charity is brought to the committee, it's brought from a Centurion, and they have that passion and commitment that really want to champion this cause. And that helps a lot. Not to say we don't get stuff off the street and we help, and everybody just goes, hey, that's a great idea. We never thought about that.
Right.
That happens too.
Yeah.
So
you'd be surprised how often people find out you're a Centurion. I'm like, oh, I have an idea for you. It happened to me in a very worthy cause. Sought me out and said, could we get into your selection committee? I wasn't on the board, so I couldn't push them through. They didn't make it that year. Hopefully they'll make it in years coming forward. But it is a very selective process where we try to vet to make sure that the community can feel great about the charities we're selecting.
Oh, certainly.
Sure, and we've actually given some of those charities that didn't make the list, we've given them $1,000 worth of education to the Tucson Community Foundation. They actually kind of help teach fledgling, if you want, Padawan 501c3s, right? How to better their footprint. How do I look better on paper? How do I establish things that I need, policies and procedures to make me viable for not just the Centurion grant, but grants moving forward?
Great.
How do I look good on paper that people will want to give us money?
That is actually...
So we've actually given that scholarship, to, if you will, to little smaller charities. Say, hey, you know what? You're not quite there. We think you need some help. Check this out.
That's incredible, because that's what people need. A lot of these things can feel like a pitch competition in a way, where you're trying to come up with your entire elevator pitch in 3 minutes to tell them why you're going to do this, and there's a lot on the line. So educating some of these groups, again, I talk to a lot of fledgling 501c3s, and sometimes you go to their website, and I'm trying to do my research, and I'm like, you guys really need to build your website.
Right.
You guys really need to just get on Instagram, because you've done some of this groundwork and obviously laid it out that you are a 501c3, but they will come and say, no one knows about us.
Right.
Or we feel like we're the best kept secret. And you don't want to be a secret if you're an organization that's helping children, right?
You don't, no.
Right. So that's really important that you're really helping these groups out. And again, when you talk to me, you're talking to someone who's going to tell all these groups about you. And I'm going to tell them to get involved, seek out a Centurion, do what you can, go volunteer, get involved with the organization, and then try to be a part of their selection process. And guess what? If you don't make it, they're going to teach you how to do it.
Right.
So that you'll be able to be a part of any selection process for any organization.
Right, moving forward. You got to have that. So a lot of people start a 501c with the good cause in mind because it happened to them, right? So something happened to them to push them into this. So it's easy to get behind it that way and say, I want to help this person. But then there's that whole administrative part of being a 501c3 that most people don't realize. Tax implications. You got to have a board. You should have this. So those are the details that a lot of 501c3 smaller ones don't quite understand yet. And you said you're doing a great job of pushing them, getting them out there, but there's a lot of stuff involved, right, to raise money.
Yeah.
It makes it looks easy when you go on a GoFundMe page and you can raise millions, but what are you doing with that money? How are you being held accountable with that money? So those are the things that Tucson Community Foundation teaches, that we help push that way. Say, go get that education, and you'll be a much better charity.
No, that's fantastic. I love that. That's something I learned here. I love it. And I love your organization. But I like to party.
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about the big party on May 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
That's
the
right.
Great Deathstar Infiltration Celebration.
I can't wait. It's going to be May 4th at the TCC.
May 4th. TCC, Tucson Convention Center. You want to park on the west side. We really encourage everybody to Uber downtown.
Rideshare.
Yes.
Rideshare, Uber.
There's also that gorgeous hotel down there now.
There's a lot of them now,
Yeah.
right? So gates open at 6. We start with a little DJ music. We'll have an opening band called Swigfoot, who actually is one of our members, is in that band, local
Kind
band.
of a ska band. Super fun.
Yeah, I'm friends with Swigfoot. They're a great band.
Yeah, great little band.
Let them trumpets happen. And there's a guy in there. I'm friends with one of those guys, Thomas. Loves Star Wars more than anyone I know.
They may dress up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think a lot of those guys like Star
You
Wars.
might see them dress up.
That's so good.
Yeah, that'll be followed by our bang out costume contest that we always have. Tucson Comic-Con is helping with judges this year because we're going to have some cool costumes.
Yep, this might be
and
the best
I wanted
ever.
to make sure we had some of the best judges to make sure people got recognized for their stuff. So we'll go through all that stuff. We'll give out some prizes. We'll, introduce the rookies. So obviously the rookies are always dressed to the theme. They don't know what they're wearing until that day.
That's hysterical.
At noon, we actually
Really?
do a costume review at noon at lunchtime on Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
And they don't know what they're wearing until that day.
That's hysterical.
It's a little nerve-wracking.
It's a nerve-wracking.
I believe it.
We were all rookies, and all they just kept telling us was Manscaped. You guys go on a Manscaped.
Let's just say-
what is
Oh, my
that?
God.
What?
Let's just say my chaps didn't have the back end.
Oh, that's funny. So that's something that we push those guys through, and they kind of get nervous about. But then 9 o'clock, we hit Smash Mouth hits the stage, goes to about 10:30. We'll do a little laser show after that with the DJ. Plan Z is the DJ after that. But in between that, we have casino games going on. We have special events. There's going to be a cool little virtual reality game going on. You can smash stuff with a, what do you call, lightsaber? I think it's called Beat Saber is the name of the game. So we're going to take people's scores, right? Keep track of high score.
Oh, I am a Beat Saber master.
Oh, you
Let me
gotta
tell
be
you
in it.
something.
You got to
Okay?
be in it. I've
You have
never
to be an
tried.
amateur, though.
No, I haven't. So we'll have a few things, special events, come DJs over there. Those that don't want to listen to Smash Mouth, I don't know why, but we'll have our own DJs over there. Food is included.
That's
so
the
people
thing.
don't know. There's dinner included. And
Yes.
It's going to be a great dinner tonight.
And
that
drinks
day.
with your tickets,
And-
because the ticket
and drink
is
tickets, yeah.
right. You're kind of buying like your
night
entire
out.
package
Yeah.
right there, because
Yeah.
the ticket is, I believe, is it $125 this year?
125, yeah.
But that includes your drink tickets, several of them, your food ticket,
Yeah.
right on there. Are there game? You get
And
a gaming
you also
token
get
on
a
there.
gaming token
Yup.
for the casino.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I remember the first time I went to this event, and I couldn't believe it that that's what you get. I went for the big the caper, the superhero, the Comic-Con.
Yes. Oh,
caper.
yeah. The one
Yep.
the last
So
time we
fun.
were downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a blast. And then when I got that ticket, and I was like, wait a minute. What is it? Oh, this is all the drinks? Wait, this is the I didn't even realize
You
what
don't
I was
spend any
getting.
money, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay for that ticket. It's going to go to helping all these kids and all these great charities. And can't you technically write off an amount of the
There
ticket?
is on the ticket your amount that you can write off. Absolutely.
See that? I'm helping you
So if
nonstop.
you're
I remember these money-saving tips.
We have a few sponsorships left. We have some things that if you're a company and you're looking to give your employees a good, fun event and you can write some of it off, give us a call. Go to Centurions.com. Check them out.
Is it a limit of 100 tickets you can buy? That's right. I think I said that. I think I read
There's
that.
a limit of 500 VIP tickets that we're selling.
Oh, look
So-
at that.
so
Do you still have VIPs available?
We have a few left.
Yeah,
Few
there's
left.
some left. They're going to be going pretty quick. The last week, Tucson, as we all know, is kind of a last-minute town.
It's a walk-up town, we call it.
And so we've sold out ever since we started VIP, which has been probably 7-8 years, and it always sells out. But there's not a lot left. You got to get on your horse a little bit.
Yep, I believe it
Yeah.
because that's the way this place works. They check what the money's in their pocket that
Right.
week.
But
got
Frank, I
some-
want to say I've been watching all the social networking we've been doing, social media, and I go through and I read all the comments, and people are so excited about the Star Wars theme, and they send it to all their friends. And there was one gentleman who's like, $125 for what? Well, I hope that we just elaborated on, and we skipped a few things. There's a huge raffle that has amazing cash prizes
Yes.
and real gifts, TVs, etc.,
Yeah.
gift cards. And also something that Andy brought to the table this year that we've never had is a silent auction with some of the most amazing Star Wars swag, I guess you'd call it. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff that you want in your office. And it's funny, we had people come last year, 38 Special, and they never even saw 38 Special because the DJ and special events is so fun. So if you're not doing the Star Wars smash bang, whatever you called it, they're dancing to a techno band. That's awesome. Lots of people are sitting for the band. Lots of people are going to be watching Smash Mouth. The food's amazing. It's an entire night that you can have fun and take a little bit of a tax write-off.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like a Comic-Con. I love events that everyone is kind of dressed up in the same costume.
I think you're going to be in for a whole new level this year.
It absolutely is. I do the steampunk convention, and it's like a Comic-Con, but the difference is it's not a bunch of random superheroes and then random movie people and TV people. It's everyone comes in the same theme of like steampunk. This event, everyone's coming in the same theme of Star Wars. Yeah. I love going to these things because it is so fun. The Fast Times year was great. Right?
Yeah, that was last year.
That was a riot.
That was fun.
And I remember I was watching 38 Special, and then I was like, all right, that's too crowded for me. Let's go check out another area of this playground of an event. And it was so fun. It really was just a blast. You run into a lot of people you know, too.
Yep.
Because it's Tucson.
Tucson.
It's like the biggest party going on. So make your plans. Get on out there and have some fun with the Centurions on May 4th. It's going to be a blast. And the raffles are super important as well.
$5,000
prize. Okay.
prize.
But
huge.
It's a 1 in 9 chance of winning.
That's incredible.
We only sell 1,000 of those tickets.
Okay, that's
So
right.
we sell 1,000 of those super raffle tickets. We calling it the Super Jedi Raffle.
Yep.
And yes, they're cash prizes. The biggest one is $5,000, and then I believe it's 1,000,
2,500.
2,500, and then there's a bunch of 150. So you'll get your money back if you're one of those. I think I don't know how many of those we give away. Quite a few.
Yeah.
Well, we don't give, but I've.
We sell.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's kind of funny. I think I've bought so far in my history, on the night of, you try to support some of the youngsters because that's one of the things is local teenagers, or I guess they have to be 18.
Yeah.
18, they actually sell raffle and they actually get a portion of the ticket sales as a job. And so I always buy one from somebody every year that comes up. Some youngster comes up. I'm like, will you buy a raffle? Absolutely, I'll buy a raffle ticket.
That's awesome.
And I've never won a big prize, but I've almost always won $150.
There you go.
You get your money back.
That's the spirit. Well, I love it. I love everything we talked about today. Again, I'm so amped up for this big event. It's going to be a riot of a time. Get all the details on the website, thecenturions. It's .com.
.com.
All right.
Centurions.
The entrance is going to be amazing. You walk through.
The 501st is going to be there. Our big local Star Wars organization, are they?
Great segue into a bad situation. Well, Lucasfilm said no to 501st because of some of the things we have going on in the party, because we have the gambling and we have the alcohol.
Oh, okay.
So they just said you can't go as a 501st. A lot of 501st going rogue.
That's right. You got a lot of 501st going rogue one, nonstop.
Yes.
Basically, are they going to be out there as an organization? Let's just say no. But are a lot of people from that organization going to be partying with the Centurions and hanging out to greet you? I know Princess Amidala is going to be right there because I'm friends with Rebecca.
There you go.
All right? So I know that you're going to have all these opportunities to just have fun with just regular folks dressed up to the nines, looking great, putting your hairs in buns, having a blast, all right, and getting together all together. Because
there might even be a TIE fighter there.
Yeah.
Oh,
there might be.
Somebody said they're building a TIE fighter.
What?
what?
The
There you
entrance
go.
is going to be off the charts.
So
And
many
fun.
photo
And there
ops.
is a little bit of an outdoor component for those that want to have a cigar, because normally that's a lot of people at the Centurion event have a cigar. A
Yeah.
little bit different venue, but there is a cigar lounge outside.
Wow.
I mean, can you come up with anything that we don't have? I mean,
No, everything's the same. I mean, it's great. We got everything we got something for everybody.
There you go. If there's one thing that you need, do you need more volunteers?
Not say volunteers. No, we just right now we need people to push the raffle sales. That's what puts us over the edge. I think that's the gravy that we get pushing those raffle sales. If you can't go to the event,
Correct.
you can't be there, get online, go to the Centurions and buy a super raffle ticket and support those causes.
Oh, see that? You could buy a super raffle ticket and not even go to the event?
Right?
exactly right.
You do
Support-
not
Look at
have-
that.
And support local, support Tucson.
Right.
That's amazing. Well, I'll
and
tell you
and
what.
to realize, the 100 men that are Centurions with the additional 250 life seniors that have matriculated through the event of running the event. I mean, the 100 of us, we're putting in hundreds of hours and thousands of hours in preparation for this event, and those are the volunteers. And so to say that we need more, we're in a pretty good spot with that, with really business leaders working their tail off and giving their time away to raise money locally for the underprivileged youngsters and hospital people of need. But we just need people to show up.
That's what I love. Well, I always like to segue it. Because if you can't donate your time, then donate that money.
Yes.
That's what it is. They've got enough feet on the ground, so they got their stormtroopers ready. Now they just need some more, what's the currency in Star Wars? Quatloos? I don't know.
We got Republic credits.
Oh, okay, Republic credits.
I think I have one in my pocket.
Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. How exciting. Look at that.
Oh, mine's in my
There you
car.
go.
Let me bite down on it. Oh, the force is strong in that coin. It's
There you
true.
go. There's 50 of those. I only made 50 of those.
Wow, you made
Yeah.
these yourself?
Well, I bought them, but
Let's not worry about it.
I
Either
purchased
way.
them. Yes, I flew to a galaxy far, far away.
Well, luckily,
Brought
no one's
these
going to
back.
have to do that on May 4th because everything's local. Today, we made friends with the Centurions, Jedi Master, as well as event chairman Andy Brown, and Sith Lord and future event chair Dan Nental, supporting Southern Arizona charities that provide services to underserved community members in the areas of healthcare, education, and mentorship with an emphasis on improving children's lives. Thank you so much for joining me today, gentlemen.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, Frank,
having
thanks
us.
for everything you do for Tucson.
I appreciate you guys. This was Lifestyle Tucson. May the Force be with you. Dun, 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 dun. Time for a recap. What a great conversation I had with the Centurions. I love talking to them. They're one of the greatest organizations in town, helping out all the smaller 501c3s. So that's really important. So go hang out with them on May 4th at the TCC, or May the 4th be with you. It's a $125 ticket, but that's going to get you drinks, going to get you a gaming token. It's going to get you food. It's a good time and dessert. I've been to this thing a few times, and it's one of the most fun nights ever. And really, unless you tip, which you should, it's only going to cost you what that price of admission is. And that money is tax deductible. Go get all the details on how to do that. And remember, your money's going a long way to help the Assistance League of Tucson, the Candlelighters Childhood Cancer Foundation of Southern Arizona, Courtney's Courage, and TMC for Children. So it's a very easy way to help support these organizations by going, having fun, checking out Smash Mouth, and partying with all these great Tucsonans dressed up as a bunch of Jedi and Sith. What a riot. And if you can't go, remember, you can buy a raffle ticket. Buy that big Jedi raffle ticket, and you might win $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, or those $150. So go check it all out. Go to thecenturions.com. Go follow them at the Centurions on Instagram, and just make sure that you know that there's a great organization in town looking out for the smaller organizations in town. Tell people about it. Word of mouth is the only way most people are successful. It's just a fact. I tell people that all the time. And even great organizations like the Centurions rely on word of mouth. Tell your organizations, tell your 501c3s that you care about, if they know about the Centurions, and then maybe they'll be one of the next big beneficiaries next year when they come on back. And I want to thank our old friends at the Centurions for coming on back today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Audible, or wherever fine podcasts are making the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lifestyle Tucson, because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. Toot Toot Tucson. I love you the most.